Ellarigu Namaskara. I hope you all are doing good. Welcome back to the Lil Things. I'm Chaitanya. I have been creating Canadian PR related videos for quite some time now, and currently I'm working on the IELTS video series. If you are someone new to the channel, then I have a little thing to ask you. Please do subscribe to the channel. You know what? Today I was supposed to create a video about IELTS reading and share with all of you the methods and strategies that I used. But something occurred. I happened to have a conversation with one of our subscribers, and his or her story was so compelling that I thought I need to share with all of you guys. So what happened was, this person had watched one of our previous videos about our IELTS story and wanted to share their insight about IELTS test preparation with me. So if you have watched that video, you will know how I had suggested to book the IELTS test lot first and then to start off with the preparation, right? If you see, most of us here in YouTube would suggest to book your test lots a month prior and then to start preparing for it. But what most of us miss to say is that not all of us need 1 month of test preparation. Someone can prepare for just 1 or 2 days and still manage to get an overall band score of 8. At the same time, there are some of us who can prepare for an entire month with all the possible dedication but still fail to get the required golden score of 8777. Fortunately, I was able to do it in my first attempt, but I'm also aware of the fact that it's just a small fraction of people who are able to do it in their first attempt. Not because they put in any less effort. In fact, they would have put in a lot of effort. But it's just how the entire IELTS test format is. One size fits for all kind of approach or mindset doesn't work in this case. I'm very thankful that this subscriber chose to share their insights and IELTS experience with us, because I'm sure this is gonna help a lot of you guys, whether you have just started with your IELTS test preparation or you're someone giving it for the second or third time. So let me share with you all what this person had to say, and let me quickly give you a brief background about this person. So this person is interested in obtaining Canadian PR like most of us. So they had to take up IELTS. So they prepared really well for a month's time and then gave their first IELTS test. So what happened was, they scored really well in all the test components except for writing, wherein they got a score of 6.5. So this person missed out on getting the perfect score of 8777 just by 0.5 marks. I'm sure most of you can relate with this, how it feels to not reach your goal with such a small margin. The first stage for them is something maybe even we would have felt if this would have happened to us. A sense of sadness, disappointment, shock, and then denial that how can this happen, because they felt they had done their exam really well. Like they had written like 200, 300 words in their letter and essay respectively. So they didn't understand why this has happened. Later on they thought, okay, fine, maybe something went wrong. Let me prepare better this time and give it another shot. So they gave their second attempt. What happened this time? Unfortunately, the same things repeated again, and again they got a score of 6.5 in their writing. So when this thing happened again, they were really disheartened and they were not even sure now whether to continue with their Canadian PR dreams or not. But then they decided they will give one last shot for this, and they gave their final attempt, and this time they researched the hell out of the writing test. I can pretty confidently say that maybe even I have not done 5% of the preparation which this person did for their writing test. Finally, they gave their third attempt, and a couple of days back they got their result, and this time they had scored an awesome score of 9 in reading, 8.5 in listening, and 7 each in speaking and writing, and finally managed to get an overall band score of 8. I'm just so happy for this person because all their hard work finally paid off. Now this person spoke about a couple of things which I would like to share with you guys. You see, in my case, I had already started with the test prep and I knew the test format, but I was delaying booking the test slots because I was not preparing seriously for it. That's the reason why I booked the test slots a month prior, and I knew this time was sufficient for me to prepare for the test. So what this person told us, don't blindly book your test slots 1 month prior because everyone is doing so. Take some time to understand the requirement of this test, its format, how do they evaluate your answers, what are the criteria, and then take a practice test and see how much you are scoring and where exactly do you stand. If your English skills is really good and if you are already scoring well, then maybe you don't need much of a preparation. But if you're someone who's not getting a good score, then be realistic about it. Even if you need 2 to 3 months of time to prepare for this test, then give that time to yourself and don't be in a hurry. Instead of looking at it as just a test, take this as an opportunity to enhance your English skills, which you can actually use in your daily life, maybe to write an email or to write a letter to some establishment, whatever it is. And this will surely help you out even when you come here to Canada. The second thing which this person suggested is also something that I spoke to you guys about in my last video. Now, most of us tend to spend a lot of time doing listening and reading tests. Writing and speaking somehow tends to take a backseat. This is because we actually don't know how to rate ourselves. In case of reading and listening, we can actually check our answers with the actual answers and then see how we are scoring. But sadly, this is not the case with writing or speaking, right? This is also one of the reasons why most of us are failing to get a 7 in our writing. As I had told you guys in my IELTS myth video, when such thing is happening to a lot of people, we tend to believe it to be a scam, right? But this person gave me a new perspective about this. People are unable to get a score of 7 in their writing because most of us don't understand based on what parameters do they correct our answers. They need to understand the 4 important criteria based on which the answers are evaluated. And the biggest issue of all is the fact that they don't share with us why exactly are we scoring such less marks, where exactly are we going wrong. So we don't have such information. So we are just left with 2 options, either to do endless research all by ourselves and to finally figure out why we are losing our marks, or to seek help from a professional who will help you find out the answers. So this person wanted to suggest all you guys based on their experience that first take out some time to understand the requirements of the test and then find out how can you meet those requirements and then practice on them. You see, all this information is something which I couldn't have shared with you guys out of my own experience. You know, whenever I work on the content of these videos, I always feel that wish I could understand this thing better with different perspectives, because at the end of the day, all that I can share with you is the experience of a person who could do it in their first attempt. Of course, it would be helpful for people who are first timers, but what about people who are taking IELTS for the second or third time? In all honesty, maybe I cannot speak in detail about how to deal with things if you couldn't crack it in one go, or how to get the desired score in your second or third attempt at least. And that's where you guys come into the picture. If you guys could share your stories and experiences with us, maybe through an Insta DM or an email, or the easiest of all, just leave a comment below this video, then I think more and more people can benefit out of those experiences. Because at the end of the day, the main motto of this channel is to help each other out in achieving our dreams and get that support as a community from people who were or in the same boat as you. Having said all this, I would like to let you guys know that starting next week, I would be coming up with videos for each of the specific test components, and I would highly appreciate if you guys could get actively involved in the process. Also, I have a couple of disclaimers to be made. I'm not a qualified or certified IELTS professional. I'm a normal person just like you, and the only reason I'm about to make these videos is to share with you all the information that I have which I used in my test preparation in a hope that it will also help you guys out. I can assure you guys of one thing, that by watching these videos you would be taking away at least a couple of useful points that would help you with your IELTS test preparation, because the information that I'll be sharing with you all is something that I researched and collated for a month's time during my own test preparation. Also, if you're looking for top 5 tips kind of videos, I'm sorry, it's not going to be like that, because I'm incapable of squeezing in all that information that I have in a 5 or 10 minutes video. So if you find these videos to be a bit lengthy, then I would like to apologize beforehand. I do have a couple of general suggestions to make. Now, if you're someone who's already started with your IELTS test prep, then I'm sure you would have watched many IELTS videos by now, right? So how much of that information do you think you remember now, or you think you will remember till the time of your exam? Trust me, I did the same thing. I would watch one video, then the second video, then the third video, and by the time I would have watched a couple of videos, I wouldn't remember what I had watched in my first video. So what I would like to suggest is, if possible, get yourself a book. Any kind of book will work. Make 5 partitions. The first 4, keep it for your reading, writing, listening and speaking. The last section maybe you can use for your general things like vocabulary or grammar. So every time you watch a useful video or you read an article which has some important information, then make sure to make a note of this information in your book. Now, I'm a bit old school. You can of course use other resources too, like a Word document, Google Doc sheets, anything. But the main idea is for you to have all this information in one place so that you can go back to it, revise it regularly and retain it in your memory. Trust me, investing a little time doing this will help you greatly, so do give it a try. One more thing is, please get yourself a routine and dedicate a specific amount of time every day for IELTS test preparation. Now I know sometimes you'll feel tired and lazy, but having a routine will help you keep motivated. These 2 things are something which I personally followed and worked for me, and that's the reason I'm suggesting it to you guys. I really hope that you found this video to be helpful and inspiring. If yes, please like and share this video, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe and show us some love and support. I guess that's it for the day guys, and I hope to see you all soon in my next video. I wish for all of us to be blessed with abundant love, peace and happiness. Take care and do remember, life's all about the little things.